Fractional, on the other hand, the distinctive factor about fractional engagement is that by design, they are supposed to stick around and see through their recommendations through the implementations. And they're constantly engaged with the company to optimize the things that they're specialized in. So a fractional engagement might be less on a weekly or a monthly basis, but it's a long term. And it's more of a strategic. When that thought surfaced, that kind of makes sense to me that you want to make sure that the fractional, is really trained on the culture and the type of resources that we have and how the company works and stuff like that. So then the fractional can really help optimize the things where we need to optimize. The second thing I think is you asked me to flip the question is leveraging the experience of the fractional within the cultural assimilation conversation, within the optimization of the organization's conversations is really helpful because now you have an outside perspective and now you can kind of see where we may not have paid attention to sometime. Just a
Mhm.
short conversation, a fractional can say, did you notice that this person was very quiet? Or did you notice that this person was very vocal? And why is that? Or really, regardless of the area of your expertise, having the fractionals be part of the cultural conversation when it really matters, it's very important.
Yeah, exactly. And if I can just add to your point there, I love that point, right? Is that third party perspective. I think in organizations, when you're in that organization, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 out, whatever it is, on a weekly or a daily basis or whatever, I think what tends to happen is we become blind. And it's not purpose blindness, right? It is just become numb, or that becomes the norm, and having that third party perspective is critical, I think, for innovation, for growth, for a lot of things that all organizations want to do. So I love that perspective.
I want to share with you actually one more thing, which is kind of related to that. Usually, the success rate of consultants is really low from the perspective of implementation of the consultant's recommendation. The success rate is very low. And I think one of the reasons is that the consultants they use their frameworks and they do their calculations and make recommendations and everything is great and then they leave.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the team is responsible for implementing that. And when the consultant doesn't have that insight about the team's makeup, about the team's skill level sets, that's when I think one of the reasons why the implementations break down.
Yeah, exactly. Is, like you said, if you're fractional, you're seeing that implementation through. The consultants getting you to implementation
Right.
and many times, and it's not all times, but many times the consultant hasn't done the background. Like you said, they haven't
Right.
done the background. And unfortunately, they fail because who's going to rehire the consultant where XYZ implementation didn't launch or went
Right.
terribly.
Exactly. Let's shift gears a little bit. So, one another topic that we talked about was the marketing perspective on HR. We talked about happy employees and satisfied employees lead to faster innovation, higher revenue, happy customers. And I want us to talk about that a little bit because I am a strong proponent of happy employees means happy customers. Happy employees mean successful company. And it's easy to say, very hard to do. I think I would love to hear your perspective on how marketing and HR can kind of partner up together in order to accomplish that.
I think you'll remember from our conversation, I really enjoy this, right?